What's up, wrestling fanatics? WrestleMania here, and boy, do we have a loaded episode for you today. We're diving deep into the craziest story shaking up the wrestling world right now. From backstage chaos in WWE to shocking health updates, contract bombshells, and even some drama that'll make your jaw drop. This one's packed, so buckle up because you're not going to want to miss a single second of this. Before we jump in, do me a solid, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our daily wrestling breakdowns. Also, follow us over on Facebook for exclusive content you won't find anywhere else. Now let's get into it. We're kicking things off with some genuinely heartbreaking news. Wrestling legend Raven recently opened up on the Major Wrestling Figure podcast, revealing that he's been diagnosed with early onset Parkinson's disease. The 26-time hardcore champion explained that you might notice tremors, especially when he's feeling anxious or exhausted. But that's not all he's been dealing with. Just yesterday on Ariel Helwani's show, Raven shared that the last few years have been an absolute grind. Both knees replaced in 2022, shoulder replacement in 2023, and battling spinal stenosis in 2024. It's been surgery after surgery, rehab after rehab. Despite everything, he's out promoting his new documentary, Nevermore: The Raven Effect, dropping next month on select streaming platforms. Our hearts go out to this iconic competitor, and we're sending nothing but positive vibes his way. Now, speaking of injuries, we've got some deeply concerning news coming out of AEW. Kota Ibushi was seriously hurt during a recent collision taping, and the situation sounds pretty severe. According to reports from NODQ correspondents, Ibushi was in the middle of a match against Josh Alexander when things went horribly wrong. He slipped off the top rope, and it appeared his leg just gave out beneath him. He crashed to the outside, and the whole arena went silent. Medical staff rushed in immediately, the match was quickly wrapped up, and the lights went dark so they could stretcher him out. He was loaded into an ambulance right there and rushed to the hospital. Tony Khan himself came out to address the live crowd and confirm the injury, so this definitely isn't a storyline angle. We're hoping for the absolute best for Ibushi and praying for a full and speedy recovery. And unfortunately, the health concerns don't stop there. Former WWE superstar and Nexus member Michael Tarver took to Instagram with some shocking news. He recently suffered a stroke. In his post, Tarver opened up about battling mental health struggles for over 20 years and shared that this frightening health scare has actually given him a renewed perspective and reason to keep fighting. From all of us here at WrestleMania, we're sending our absolute best wishes and hoping for a swift recovery. All right, let's shift gears to some contract talk. Blake Monroe, now performing in NXT, recently sat down with Busted Open Radio and finally shared her side of the story regarding her AEW departure. She made it clear her time in AEW was fantastic, and she's incredibly proud of what she accomplished there. But here's the thing, her contract was short-term, and when it wrapped up, she found herself at a crossroads. Monroe revealed something most people don't know. She was actually considering heading to Japan. She had conversations about it and everything, but ultimately she looked at where she was in her career and asked herself a tough question. Is this everything I want? She had built an amazing story in AEW, but she felt like she needed more. She wanted a fresh challenge, something that would push her to another level. Signing with WWE was a massive decision, and she didn't take it lightly. But in the end, she wanted to close that chapter and open a brand new one. Women's wrestling is thriving in WWE right now, and she wanted to be part of that movement. She's embracing the challenge, the new possibilities, and the chance to prove herself on the biggest stage. And honestly, we can't wait to see where she goes from here. A main roster call-up feels inevitable. Speaking of returns, Matt Cardona, better known to most of us as Zack Ryder, is officially making his in-ring comeback to WWE next week on NXT. But here's where it gets interesting. His wife, Chelsea Green, is all over social media campaigning hard for him to make an appearance on SmackDown. And if you know anything about Chelsea, you know she's the queen of social media hustle. She's not letting this go. Cardona's been openly pushing for a WWE return for years, and he's got some serious connections working in his favor. His relationship with Chelsea, his friendship with WWE champion Cody Rhodes, these things matter. Could we be looking at a full-time WWE comeback for the internet champion? Time will tell, but the buzz is definitely building. Now let's talk about some controversy brewing in AEW. Last week, ICE aired commercials during Dynamite, and let's just say fans were not happy. Even AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page publicly called out the networks for running those ads. He went as far as to tell fans to complain directly to the network, saying political messaging like that has no business being shown during a wrestling program. Fast forward to this week's Dynamite. A fan showed up with a sign that read, "ICE fears Hangman." And guess what? Security confiscated it. Now, here's the million-dollar question. Was that AEW's call? Probably not. Tony Khan encourages fan expression, and Page's social media posts are still up. AEW talent even wear anti-ICE messages on their gear, so this screams network decision. After all, if the show's actively promoting against one of its advertisers, that's a bad look for the network. The whole thing sparked massive debate online, and we're curious to see if Khan or the network will issue any kind of statement. Let's talk about Roman Reigns for a second, because there's genuine concern for the tribal chief right now. During a recent interview with Pat McAfee, Reigns got brutally honest about how he's feeling physically, and it's not great. He straight up said, "I feel like crap. My body does not feel good." He's been dealing with severe jet lag for 4 straight weeks, flying back and forth, and it's clearly taking a toll. But here's the thing about Roman. He's a warrior. He made it clear that when he steps through that curtain and his music hits, it's like a shot of adrenaline. He could be selling a broken leg backstage, but once he's out there, he's at 100%. He's a live performer, and he always delivers when the lights are on. Still, hearing him talk so openly about his physical struggles makes him even more relatable and shows just how much he sacrifices for this business. We're rooting for him at Crown Jewel. On a more positive note, let's talk about someone who's been absolutely killing it, Lyra Valkyria. She's been one of the breakout stars of 25, and many consider her one of the best pure in-ring talents in the entire company. And according to a recent report from Body Slam via Patreon, she might be in line for a massive push heading into 2026. Sources are indicating that WWE has big plans for Valkyria. She's seen as a cornerstone of the women's division moving forward. As the first ever women's Intercontinental Champion, she's already made history. And honestly, she has to be considered a heavy favorite for the Women's Royal Rumble. She's got the fans behind her, the in-ring ability to main event, and the momentum to make a serious run at the top of the card. Keep your eyes on her. Big.
Former WWE champion resigns. Breaking news on the contract front. Kofi Kingston has officially re-signed with WWE, and it's a big one. According to Fightful Select, Kofi inked a 5-year deal that'll keep him with the company until 2030, when he'll be pushing 49 years old. His New Day partner, Xavier Woods, also re-signed recently on a multi-year deal, and he publicly confirmed it. Kofi Kingston is one of the most respected veterans in professional wrestling, and this new contract cements his legacy as one of the longest-tenured talents in WWE history. Now, fans have been vocal about wanting to see Kingston and Woods turn babyface again. Their heel run has been labeled a complete flop by many. It started strong, but interest fizzled fast. The duo just seems to thrive more as fan favorites, so it'll be interesting to see if WWE pivots their direction moving forward. Huge twist in WWE exit. Alright, buckle up for this one because it's a wild ride. Earlier this week, it was confirmed that Santos Escobar had left WWE. Reports surfaced that he was unhappy with his creative direction and his contract expired. Done deal, right? Wrong. In a shocking twist, Escobar has officially re-signed with WWE just days after leaving. PW Insider broke the news, revealing that WWE management took Escobar's creative concerns seriously and came back with a significantly larger offer than before. A deal was struck earlier this week, and just like that, he's back in the fold. Now, in theory, this should mean Escobar is about to get a substantial push. But let's be real, we've seen this story before. Wrestlers resign, promises are made, and then nothing happens. Escobar's got tons of potential, but WWE needs to find the right character and storyline to make him connect with the audience. That was the missing piece in his last run, so hopefully this time is different. Major changes coming to WWE. Now for our top story. Major creative changes are coming to WWE, and it's about time. Let's not sugarcoat it. Fans have been beyond underwhelmed with the current product. It feels lifeless, uninspired, and last week's SmackDown pulled in a shockingly low rating that served as a massive wake-up call for WWE management. According to Body Slam via Patreon, key creative changes are being implemented as we speak. WWE has held multiple meetings over the last few days specifically focused on their creative process and how to improve the overall product. Sources indicate the company is making moves to shake up the creative team and deliver a more compelling show moving forward. Now, here's where it gets interesting and a little frustrating for fans. Road Dogg will remain as the lead writer for SmackDown. Yes, you heard that right. He's staying in his position. But there will be additions to the team aimed at making the show more enjoyable. Despite WWE and TKO pulling in record profits, the company knows they need to step up creatively, especially heading into 2026. They're looking to craft more enticing storylines that actually hook the audience. But fans are already questioning this decision. Road Dogg has a less than stellar reputation among the fan base, and keeping him in the same role doesn't exactly scream major change. Still, the fact that WWE is acknowledging the reception to their product and actively working to fix it is a positive sign. The worst thing they could do right now is rest on their laurels. If they get complacent, attendance will drop, ratings will tank even further, and the momentum they've built could collapse. WWE's problems aren't just with their weekly TV, specifically SmackDown. There's also been criticism directed at recent premium live events. WrestlePalooza was heavily panned, and there's genuine concern that WWE has stopped putting maximum effort into these shows. Crown Jewel this weekend is absolutely critical. On paper, the card is stacked, so there's zero excuse for it not to be one of the best shows of the year. WWE needs to hit a home run here. Paul Heyman buries Braun Strowman. And finally, let's wrap things up with some spicy drama between Paul Heyman and Braun Strowman. This whole thing kicked off during Raw this week when Heyman claimed that his client, Bronson Reed, was the only competitor to ever put Reigns on a stretcher. Well, Strowman wasn't having it. He fired back, pointing out that he put Reigns on a stretcher multiple times during their legendary feud. Strowman even threw some shade, calling Heyman the Penguin from the Pac-Man universe. Ouch. Heyman, being the master wordsmith he is, responded on X with an absolutely vicious reply. He said he didn't even know Strowman was still alive, and that most people didn't realize or even care. Brutal. Strowman eventually responded, but honestly, he just plugged his new cooking show. I guess he took the high road, or maybe he just didn't have a comeback. Either way, we love Paul Heyman's savage energy. And there you have it, folks, the wildest wrestling stories and rumors you absolutely needed to know. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. What shocked you the most? What do you want to see happen next? And don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. I'll catch you in the next one with even more wrestling madness. Until then, keep it locked.